All right, I'm back talking about the Everyone's a Critic horror movie challenge. Like I said, I'm a little behind on the videos, but the prompt I'm going to be talking about today is a movie featuring creepy kids. And I decided to rewatch one of my favorite movies. I don't even know why I love this movie as much as I do. It's one that we definitely want to show on the show, but I watched the 1974 All the Kind Strangers with Stacy Keach, and I think part of the reason that I do like this movie so much is that I just really like Stacy Keach. I love his acting. And on a more like surface shallow level, I love that they feature an actor that has a cleft palate. I think that helps normalize things like that. It makes people who have like a cleft lip a little less self-conscious, and just shows that you can get in Hollywood and be like the main actor in a movie regardless of things that you may worry about or overthink. So I think that's cool. But I just really like Stacy Keach as an actor. And that's one of the reasons. Now, of course, as I always say, there's going to be some spoilers here because I'm going to talk about the movie. I was trying to figure out what I love about the movie so much when I was watching it. And I think that it just has like chill pacing, which I really, really like. There was a lot of development. It was a slow build. It wasn't strictly horror as far as I see it. Like, it's considered a horror movie, I'm sure, and there are horror elements, but a lot of it was psychological. There was a lot of other things to it. It kind of reminded me of an old episode of Star Trek, the one with Miri, the original series of Star Trek. But a lot of the premise of it is that there's these kids that have lost their parents, and they decide to adopt parents and make their own family, because for them it's really, really important that they all stay together as a family, which I get. So they want to stay together as a family, so they never told anyone that they lost their parents, and they're just out here by themselves, way out in the middle of nowhere, and they decide to basically kidnap people, sort of trick these people into coming and staying with them, and then they kind of lock them up. They have these dogs that are extremely vicious, and they keep hungry so that people don't try to escape, because the dogs will go after them. And it's later revealed in the movie that they vote on the parents. So if the parents come and they decide that they want to vote on them, and if they vote yes, they stay as their parents. If they vote no, it turns out Peter, the oldest child, kills the people that they vote no on. He also takes their cars and sinks them in the lake, and it's pretty obvious throughout this that the other children are not quite aware of what is going on and what Peter's doing. So they are aware that people may try to escape. I think they have some sense that maybe what they're doing is a little bit wrong or weird. But they also have a really, really strange dynamic. Like, they really, really want parents to the point where they almost seem excited about getting punished or like beaten or whipped or anything. And that was really odd and off-putting to me. But I think it's just them saying they miss the discipline. They miss having people to tell them right and wrong and what to do. And they're feeling maybe scared and alone. The other dynamic that's going on is Peter is taken over completely as the eldest. He is the one telling everybody what to do at all times. And they like that. And they really respect Peter and follow everything he tells them to do. But he is not wanting to do that forever. So he wants the family to be together, and he really cares about his siblings a lot. But I think he also feels trapped in this. So if he has parents and the parents take care of the siblings, then he is more freed up to leave and pursue his own dreams and his own life. So that's another motivation for him to have parents. But obviously these kids are terrifying, because the mom is scared to come out and openly say anything. She writes like help in flower. She's trying to get out there, but she's been voted yes on. So clearly she was compliant enough and able to get the kids to accept her. And when they do the vote, there were some kids that voted yes on Stacy Keach, well, his character. And one of them was Gilbert, the kid that originally found him, because he said, yeah, I found him, I like him. Like, he obviously demonstrated some kind of care for the kids, which I did appreciate. And in the end, it ended up like kind of a wholesome, sweet ending, despite these kids being murderous little savages. So it's kind of heartwarming in the end, I guess. because the kids are going to be like taken care of and they're going to let somebody know. Anyway, I just enjoy watching it. It's one of those movies I can just put on and have on in the background if I want and just enjoy the whole ambiance of it and the story and the characters. So that's what I watch for creepy kids, and they are creepy despite in the end having a little bit more heart and compassion for the main parent characters. Another kind of interesting thing I wanted to mention in this movie, just kind of a curiosity as I was watching it, Stacy Keach's character kept mentioning the prices of things, so I decided to look it up a little bit. So he mentioned he has new $60 shoes, which in today's money would be about $400. So yeah, I wouldn't want to get those wrecked either. I kind of understand that. So I thought that was interesting. He also mentioned something like having a $6,000 car that he just purchased, and the car he drove in the movie, I believe, is a 1974 car. The movie came out in 1974, so it is a brand new car. And the equivalent today would be about $40,000. So yeah, that is a nice car, and obviously a lot of money to put in there. But I looked up the MSRP for the car when it was new, and it was about a little over $4,000. So I'm not sure if he exaggerated or if he got a model that was fancier or what it was. But if it was the MSRP price, it would have been about $24,000 in today's money, which is still a pretty sizable amount of money for a car. So I can understand why he was so miffed.